All right, so let's take a look at an example question related to activity-based costing. And we have basically one question on the screen right now. It starts up here with Panamint, and then they tell us what they actually want us to do here. So we've got a lot of information. But so let's just read through the scenario real quick and then see what they want us to do. It says, Panamint Systems Corporation is estimating activity costs associated with producing disk drives, tape drives, and wire drives. The indirect labor can be traced to 4 separate activity pools. The budgeted activity cost and activity-based data by product are provided below. Okay, so let's see here. We've got procurement, scheduling, materials handling, and product development. Now, those are the 4 activity pools for indirect labor. And then we also have a 5th activity cost pool, a very large one, in fact, for production. However, that's going to be based on machine hours, so that would not be one of the 4. But we have 5 total activity cost pools, and then we have some information here. The activity base, number of purchase orders, number of production orders, and so forth. And then we actually have, for the 3 products, disk drives, tape drives, and wire drives, all of the actual activity for these various cost drivers. Okay? So, what do they want to know? They want us to determine the activity rate for procurement, scheduling, materials handling, product development, and production. So, this question, if you've never seen anything like this before, probably scares you to death. But it's important to understand that we're being asked a very, very limited question here. All they're asking us for is the activity rate. And I want to kind of help you out a little bit so that we're on the same page. Okay, so we have a nice little column header here for activity cost. This is the total estimated cost for each of these cost pools. All right. And so when we talk about procurement and scheduling, these are the actual pools. It doesn't say that, but these are the cost pools. Okay. And then over here where we've got activity base, another way of saying this is cost driver. So perhaps by, I'm going to write one more word up here, activity cost pool. I guess that's 2 more words, isn't it? Yeah. So I've got our activity cost pools right here, these 5, and then we've got our 5 separate cost drivers here. So down here we have the frequency with which all of our cost drivers have occurred. So all we have to do to answer this question is add up all of the purchase orders, all of the production orders, and so on, number of moves, number of engineering changes, machine hours, and number of units. Let's see, do we have to do number of units? No, we do not. So we need these first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers. This is how many we actually made over here. That we won't need that column to answer this question. And then we're going to divide the total that we come up with each one of these cost drivers into the estimated activity cost, and that's going to give us our activity rate. So let's just see what we have here. Number of purchase orders is the cost driver for procurement, and that activity cost is $370,000. So all we have to do here is add 4,000 plus 4,000 plus 12,000, and if we do that, we're going to come up with 20,000 purchase orders. All right, 20,000 purchase orders. Then I want to show you what we can do. For A, all we have to do is take our estimated overhead for this activity cost pool, which is $370,000, and divide it by the level of activity, the number of purchase orders. And this math right here, I just did this in my head. Hopefully we can add 4 plus 4 plus, let's see here, that's not what we need. Hopefully we can add 4 plus 4 plus 12, okay? So let's get this calculator over here. 370,000 divided by 20,000 equals an activity rate of $18.50. Okay, so when we're attempting to come up with our overhead allocation for any of these products, right, we're going to need this $18.50. That's going to be one component of what we're attempting to do. And I say that because every single one of these products has purchase orders associated with it. All right. So now all we're going to do is we're going to do the exact same thing for all of these other items. So B, let's see here. Scheduling has an activity cost estimate of $250 based on number of production orders. And our number of production orders looks like it's going to be 300 plus 150 plus 800. So we have a total number of production orders of 1,250. So B, very simple. We just take this $250,000 and divide it by 1,250. And let's see what we get if we do that. 250. This is our estimated activity cost for scheduling divided by number of production orders. Yeah, gonna have to start over. I made a goof there. Divided by 1,250. And we come up with a rate of $200, an activity rate of $200 per production order. And again, all three of these products have this activity. So this is going to be another overhead cost application component. Materials handling is $500,000. $500,000, and the cost driver or activity base is number of moves, and we've got, let's see, how many do we have? We have 1,400 for disk drives plus 800 for tape drives plus 4,000 equals 6,200. That's number of moves. Okay, so we're going to have some rounding here. Looks like $80.65. And then we're just going to keep going. Got 2 more to go. Let's see here. Product development has, wow. Product development has estimated costs of $730,000, and the cost driver is number of engineering changes. And we don't have many. I can do this in my head, 45. So what we're saying here is that an engineering change is very, very expensive. So let's see what all that comes out to. 730,000 divided by 45 equals, we'll just round this, $16,222 is going to be our activity rate for product development based upon number of engineering changes. And then we're going to have one more, part E. Production is 1 million, 1.5 million. And looks like I can probably do this in my head. We've got 20,000 machine hours. $1,500,000 divided by 20,000 machine hours gives us an activity rate for production of $75 per machine hour. Okay, so we haven't calculated overhead costs any way, shape, or form. We have not done that. But what we have done is we have determined the activity rates for these items. Now we're going to need these figures for another question with the same facts, but that is going to be for another video. So I'm going to wrap this one up and stay tuned for the follow-up question.